Welcome back to Whiskers and Wisdom, the podcast where we talk about animal science, pet stories, and the kind of everyday chaos that only happens when you share your home with creatures who have no concept of personal space or emotional boundaries. Today's episode is, well, a journey, a spiritual awakening, a psychological unraveling, a tale of one dog, one barn, and one moment that shattered her understanding of the entire universe. But before we dive into Freya's equine-induced existential crisis, we need to do the responsible thing. So here it is, disclaimer time. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not veterinary, behavioral, or training advice and does not replace a relationship with your veterinarian or any other professional. Always consult your veterinarian, trainer, or behaviorist for medical decisions regarding your pet. Okay, now that the legal spirits have been appeased, let's talk about the day Freya met a horse. In the quiet suburbs, where squirrels rule the trees and Amazon drivers fear the porches, there lives a dog named Freya. Freya is no ordinary dog. Freya is an experience. A 9-ish-year-old 99% American Staffordshire Terrier, 0.5% German Shepherd per upright ear, former Chicago street queen, blanket hoarder, pillow connoisseur, and part-time tree body slammer. She once roamed the streets of Chicago with battle scars, a crusty nose, and the kind of "I've seen things" energy usually reserved for retired detectives. Now she lives like royalty. Blankets, mandatory. Pillows, essential. Food, a downright constitutional right. But on this day, on this fateful day, Freya would encounter something that would shake her very understanding of the universe. Something large, something powerful, something horse-shaped. It began innocently enough. Freya had spent the entire day at the office, being the world's most professional potato. She had napped, she had supervised, she had accepted snacks from coworkers who feared disappointing her. But then her human said the words that would alter the course of her entire existence. "We're stopping by the barn." Freya didn't know what a barn was, but she knew it smelled new, different, suspicious. As soon as the car door opened, she inhaled like she had smelled a steak that someone had dragged across the parking lot. Her nose twitched, her pupils dilated, her ears activated like two satellite dishes searching for extraterrestrial life. Something was out there. Something big. Inside the barn, Freya was tied safely to a hook, far from hooves, danger, and any opportunity to body slam a 1,000-pound animal just to see what happens. And then she saw it. A shadow. A shape. A creature so large it defied everything she believed about the natural world. Freya froze. Her soul left her body. Her brain blue-screened. Her spirit ascended into the astral plane to downright file a complaint. She sat perfectly still, eyes wide, ears at full mast, looking like she had just witnessed the birth of the universe. The narrator would like to know, Freya has never been this quiet in her entire life. Her human, blissfully unaware that Freya was experiencing a full metaphysical crisis, put a blanket on one of the horses. Freya watched, silent, motionless. processing the fact that her human was touching a creature the size of a small car. Eventually, she was allowed a brief, supervised sniff through the stall guard. The horse leaned down. Freya leaned up. They sniffed, and in that moment, Freya learned 2 things. 1, horses are real. 2, horses are way too real. She did not bark. She did not growl. She did not wiggle. She simply stared, like she had just unlocked a forbidden level of the universe. Freya walked calmly back to the car, which was suspicious in itself. She hopped into the doggy seat. She sat right in the middle. She stared straight ahead for the entire 45-minute drive home. Eyes wide, ears up, face blank. She looked like she had witnessed the fall of Rome, like she had seen the dinosaurs perish, like she had gazed into the eyes of the abyss and the abyss had whispered, "Nay." Her human tried talking to her. Nothing. Freya was busy reevaluating her entire place in the cosmos. Upon arriving home, Freya stepped out of the car with the slow, deliberate movements of someone who had just returned from a spiritual journey. She entered the house, she laid down, and she stared into the void. And then dinner happened, and just like that, she was back. Existential crisis was over, horse-induced enlightenment complete, ready for snacks. She did sleep unusually quiet that night, though, probably dreaming of some giant grass dragons with hooves. And that, dear listeners, concludes the tale of Freya's great equine awakening. The day she discovered that creatures larger than suburban squirrels actually exist, and the day her brain briefly checked out of her body to go file a cosmic complaint. Thank you for joining me on this journey of wonder, confusion, and one dog's temporary departure from the mortal plane. If you laughed, if you related, or if you have a pet who occasionally stares into the void like they've witnessed ancient truths, welcome to the club. If this episode brought you joy, made you snort, laugh in public, or reminded you that our pets are just little weirdos trying their best, feel free to share it with another pet parent who could use a moment of delightful chaos in their day. Give your animals a hug from me, yes, even the dramatic ones, especially the dramatic ones. And I'll see you next time on Whiskers and Wisdom, where the stories are heartfelt, the science is accessible, and the pets are always, well, a lot. Now, we gotta touch our final disclaimer, and you know it. This show is not intended to provide medical advice, replace a relationship or advice from your veterinarian, a trainer, or other animal professional. Always seek appropriate support from appropriate veterinary or other animal professionals if you have questions or concerns about your pet. Thanks. And I'll see you guys next week.